Hi, my name is DelmarshaeWalker. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great today. In this particular video, I want to talk about behavior. 9 times out of 10, if depending on how you was raised, what you went through in life, you might be the type of person that sees the world as a glass half empty compared to someone else who had a great upbringing and they kind of see the world as a glass bin half full. So in order to get, moving in the right direction, you have to more or less reprogram your brain to start thinking in a glass half full type of mentality. And I was just giving some thoughts to this. I feel that this can work for like an individual who's trying to change themselves to be, have a more positive outlook on life. Or if you're a parent and maybe you have a child that you consider to be, kind of trouble, bad, or whatever. Or if you have a coworker, or if you're a boss over someone. In my opinion, I feel that this may work. You can try it, but it may work because in the society that we live in, we have I don't know what you would actually call it, but it seems like there's a gravitational pull from each individual to look at something negative or to see something negative. When you look at social media, 9 times out of 10, the videos that's getting the most views is something either controversial or something that's negative. The person that's most popular is someone who's very negative. When somebody does something good, you very rarely hear about that person, or they very rarely get any attention shined on them. But if you're a child in school and you're acting up, your behavior is kind of wild, that is the one that's going to get the most attention. If you have a child, if you're a parent, you have 2 kids, the child that's giving you the most trouble is the one that's you're going to focus on the most. So I feel like instead of focusing on the bad behavior, and I'm not saying don't acknowledge it, but I'm saying acknowledge it in a different way. As far as, just say for instance you're a parent and you have a child and your child is doing something they're not supposed to, use that more as a teaching moment. Not, oh, how many times I gotta tell you to start doing it. Use that as a teaching moment, because sometimes we assume that they know what they're doing is actually considered bad, or we know what or we assume that they know what they're doing is actually getting on our nerves or bothering us in a negative way. We're making all these assumptions and they might not even know. They might, to them, what they're doing might be soothing to them or just whatever, and they're not thinking about how their behavior is affecting someone else in the household or someone else in, their community or whatever the case may be. So I feel like, at least go to that person and have a conversation with them. Hey, do you know why I want you to clean your room? Hey, do you know why I want you to get up at this time so, we're not late? Kind of get their take on how they're processing the information that you're giving them, and also look at them and say, okay, what did you learn from this situation? How do you feel that you can turn this situation around? Make them a participant of it instead of just always, yelling and telling them you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. But don't make a big fuss about it. Just kind of pull them to the side and just a regular side conversation. And then when they do a behavior that's good, and it might be something that you normally don't say anything to them about, or you might not normally pay any attention, make a big deal about that. Every time they do something good, make a, oh my God, that's great that you did that. I appreciate that you helping me out in this way. Oh, you made your bed this morning. Oh, I love the way you make your bed. Make that the big deal. Now they're getting positive feedback and positive attention. And then when they do something negative or something that's considered to be wrong or bad, it's not blown up as much. It's more low key, more of a conversation, a dialogue between you and whoever, as far as, okay, you understand what you did is wrong. You understand why you did that, because a person can do 12 things right, one thing wrong, and you're going to focus on the one thing. You're going to make the one thing the focus of the attention, the thing you gravitate to, but you never said anything about the other 12 things they did wrong. So I feel like, as an individual, kind of shift your perspective. The things that you do right, acknowledge that in yourself. Oh, I did this great. I was on time, whatever the case may be. And the things that you don't do as great, or you feel that you did wrong or messed up on, instead of beating yourself up about it, have that same conversation. Okay, I messed up here. Why did this happen? Was there anything I could have done to make this a different, turn the situation around? Was it my fault, or was it someone else's fault? Was I in this situation because of decisions I made, or was it because of this person I'm with? And then that still falls on you, because if you're with a person and that person is a negative person, or always getting you into trouble, or always leading you down a negative path, maybe you need to reconsider your friendship with that person, your relationship with that person, or how you deal with that person in general. So kind of don't say, oh my God, I messed up again. Oh, I must be dumb. Oh, I'm stupid. I can't believe this. The 5th time I done did this. Kind of pull back and ask yourself, why do I continue with this same behavior? What is going on with me that I keep repeating this over and over and over again? What can I do to stop that? Do I need to replace this bad habit with something good? What can I replace this bad habit with? What good habit can I, implement that will fill my time, so when I feel like doing this or that, instead I can do something positive? And then, like I said, every time you do something great, cheer yourself on, pat yourself on the back. You had a great day. You're just happy for that day. Be happier. It's like, oh my God, I felt that I just had a great day today, and I normally don't have these great days. And just acknowledge that. And that kind of helped reprogram your mind, where it's getting positive, it's getting endorphins, and it's getting all this great stuff from positive behavior, compared to just focusing on everything negative. If you have a coworker that comes in and do something that gets on your nerve, kind of have a talk with them. Say, do you, not, oh my God, you're getting on my nerve, just have a conversation with them. Say, when you do this, it does something to me, it bothers me. And I just wanted to let you know that. I know you're not trying to do that on purpose, but I just wanted to let you know how that is affecting me. Like I said, come out there with respect, come out there with kindness and everything like that. And like I said, sometimes people don't know what they're doing is affecting someone else in a negative way. A lot of times what we do as humans, we just let the stuff build. Be like, oh my God, every time I turn around, she comes in, she's doing this, that, and that. It gets on my nerve. Did you say anything to her? No, she should know better. How should she know better? People are not mind reading, mind readers. And so no one else is saying something to her. So how would she know that this is an issue? But if it's brought to her attention, like I said, not grouping up or ganging up on people, just a real nice conversation. And don't let that be the first time you ever talk to the person. Like, oh, I know we never talked, but let me just tell you this. No, just have a friendly conversation and stuff. And then when she does do things that are nice, great, look at those. That might be the one thing that she does that just drive you crazy. Step back from a moment and look at everything else she does. They'd be like, oh, okay. I like the way she does. I like the way she do that. When she goes to get coffee, she asks everybody, do they want any, want coffee? Or if she brings stuff to work, she let people know, oh, I brought this to work. I brought a cake to work. You can go help yourself. But sometimes we overlook all those great things or great qualities about that person because of the one thing that they do that just happen to get on your nerve. So I think we should kind of redirect how we interact with ourselves, as far as highlight the positive and kind of look at the negative or the misstep, because it's not always negative. Sometimes it's just a misstep. Sometimes you made a mistake. Sometimes you didn't know until you ran into that brick wall that brick wall was there. So, it's more a teachable moment or a learning moment. But always highlight the great things about yourself. And if you see if it's somebody in your life, and just say you got a child that don't normally clean the house and they're cleaning the house, and just say, for instance, you're the type of person that starts at the front of the house and then work your way back to the back of the house as you're cleaning. You come in, your child is just voluntarily cleaning the house by themselves, but they're not doing it the way you would normally do it. Don't focus on that. Be like, oh, I'm so glad you're cleaning the house. You're doing a great job. Don't be like, oh my God, I don't put that there. Where are you using? I don't use that. Don't do. No, come in and say thank you. I appreciate what you do. Because sometimes thank you is the most powerful word in the world. Somebody give you something, thank you. Not, oh, why you gave me this? I don't like this. Didn't you get my thank you? Someone say something, give you a compliment. Oh, this old shirt on, thank you. That's all you have to do, just say thank you. And a thank you goes a long way. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. Just kind of the way we look at the world. Stop focusing so much on negative when you're around people or when you're dealing with yourself. And when you start reprogramming your mind to get, and you're seeing that the positive stuff you're doing is getting more feedback than the negative stuff that you're doing, you as an individual will be able to reset your mind. And this is something that you have to constantly do. And then the same thing with your kids. You would be surprised if your kids always doing stuff bad, but you don't highlight that. You focus more on the positive. Then eventually they're going to start doing more positive things because they're like, oh, every time I do something nice, every time I do something good, I get praise. I get, I get a thank you. I get a cheer. I get whatever. People like that. I don't care who you are. I don't know anyone who's like, oh no, don't. Why do you think athletes do put in all that work? Because they want to be the best. They want to get those accolades. Musicians, singers, why do you think so many people get mad when they don't get nominated for certain things? Because they're looking out for my heart and my soul and that I want to be acknowledged. And so that's what we need to start focusing on more, acknowledging the positive. Even if you got a child that seems like they do everything perfect, everything right, acknowledge them. Oh, you're doing a great job. I just wanted to let you know I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful that you are my child. Just give more positive feedback. And like I said, sometimes even if the person isn't doing the things the way we want them to do, the way we feel they should be done, is if a person is doing something nice for you, just say thank you. Don't fuss over the small stuff. If a person is folding the clothes, folding the towels, and you hate the way they're folding the towel, thank you. I appreciate so much that you're folding the towels for me. And just leave it at that. Don't worry about how they look. Just thank you. So thank you for watching this video. And I hope you're having a great day. Peace.